Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I have the Series 100 WWE Elite John Cena. I thought I was going to pass on this wave because a lot of it was actually just a little disappointing. There was a lot I didn't like about the wave. There was a lot I did like about the wave, but ultimately it came down to the fact that this wave really never showed up for me. Only a few showed up every now and then, but I really missed out on a lot of the ones I really wanted, but I was in my Target the other day and I happened to see this John Cena right here for $6. He is on sale, or $7 technically. If you do tax, you round up all that stuff. Around $7, so I thought, why not? I'll pick him up just because I would like to have this John Cena. I mostly would like to have that belt, and then there's a couple things on here I'd like to snag, but you know, overall just not the biggest fan of this wave. Unfortunately, it's such a monumental achievement to get to 100 waves in a line, 100 series for your toy line. It's such a feat, and I was a little bit let down with what they ended up doing with that. It didn't feel as much of a celebration as it should have, unfortunately, but that doesn't really matter. I guess ultimately the figures are fine. It's another wave, and that's probably why I felt so let down, is it was ultimately just another wave. It wasn't really anything substantial or anything unique or cool or exciting. So but I digress. Let's go ahead and talk about the figure. Starting with the front of the box, you do have this nice unique Series 100 box. You have this nice image of John Cena right here, John Cena down at the bottom. Nice foil Series 100 there at the top. It's nice silvery, foily goodness, if you care. Of course, John Cena is covered up by the sticker right here. I would pull it off, but you know, who cares? You have John Cena right there on the inside, on the side of the box. You have the same image that's right there, but just right there, a little bit bigger. And then on the back of the box, you have this nice Series 100 art of John Cena right here. I wish we have the Thugonomics version of John Cena. I wish we could have gotten a more serious face. John Cena head sculpts, typically, they're not the most serious, and especially for this era of John Cena, it would have been nice to have something a little bit more emblematic of that time. He wasn't necessarily a serious character, but he always had that very stoic face when he was taking a match super seriously. And it would have been nice to have that look portrayed in a figure form. It's more, once we get to the figure, it's more of the typical happy-go-lucky, hee-hee John Cena. You know, the John Cena we know and love, but not this version of John Cena, which this toy is trying to replicate. Here's everybody else in the line. Of course, there are some hits here. This Rey Mysterio is kind of cool. This Rock's kind of cool. Everybody comes with a cool looking belt. Stunning Steve is another one I saw that I could pick up. I didn't pick him up this time, but if he's still there when I get some more money, I might try and pick him up. But everybody else was gone. They only had John Cena and Stunning Steve. I would have liked to have picked up this entire way, but like I said, disappointed, and it just never showed up. So those are two eliminating factors for me. We have this side of the box, John Cena, one more time in case you weren't sure who you were purchasing. And now we're back to the front of the box, so we can go ahead and transition to the figure. And this is pretty much all you get. You get enough here. Obviously, it's not too much, but you get a nice assortment of goodies. Starting with the hands down here, you have two of the you can't see me hands right here. These are nice looking hands. Obviously, we've seen these a few times in some figures that really it's kind of like, why are you getting those hands? It doesn't really make sense, but we have seen those hands a few times. We also have this nice C Nation cap right here with the nice decal on the front. Of course, if you are a John Cena fan, it is nice to have just one more of these hats to kind of help build all the John Cenas. I know My Damn Toys is trying to have every John Cena he can get, every variation, every color, t-shirt, all that stuff, every version of John Cena that he can get. So one more of those hats is nice. I don't know if that's a new hat or a reuse, or it's definitely reuse, but I don't know if it's the same decal we've seen before. I'll have to look and see. But so far, I'm pretty sure we've seen these, all that. This chain gang necklace, I think we've seen before, a long time ago, maybe on one of the more retro John Cena's. It is still nice to have, whether or not it's new or not, it's nice to have it in the collection. I do like these chain necklaces, even though they are obviously pretty cheap, but, you know, helps to add to the character. The thing I was most excited for was this belt. This is kind of what the wave is all about. These championships are outstanding, obviously. They look immaculate. These are some of the best championships we've ever gotten. And this one comes with the feature where it actually spins on the inside. So that's pretty cool. It doesn't spin too well. I don't know if there's anything you can really do to make it spin a little bit better. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think oil would really help the situation. It's just, it could be better designed. Obviously, if it gets stuck, you can pull it apart and kind of work at it yourself. It's just this circular piece sitting on this plate right here, and then it spins right there, which is, it's cool, and if it breaks, you know, it's easy to repair, I guess. If you needed to, you could do that, but you know, it doesn't spin very good, so that's a little disappointing there, unfortunately. As far as the figure itself goes, it does look fine. These John Cena figures kind of, I don't know, they look better in the past before they did the True FX. Now that they do the True FX, I don't think we've gotten a single John Cena that really kind of looks like John Cena. I mean, they're close, don't get me wrong, but like this hair looks pretty odd. His chin looks a little wonky. He looks maybe too wide. Whoa. Maybe a little bit too wide. I don't know. There's something off about the way he looks. I just don't think he looks quite like John Cena. Obviously, down here you have the word life going across his underwear. I've already mentioned the armbands. You have those there, and there. His nice jorts going all the way down. His knee pads at the bottom. His shoes that are not that great, but they are, you know, shoes. Unfortunately, with this figure, he does have a little defect right there on his back. Obviously, I don't think this is universal across all of these figures, but on mine, he has this little deformity right there. That's a little disappointing. But I don't think it'll affect me too much because I don't think I'm going to keep this figure around. I think I'm actually going to just repurpose these arms and put them on my Ultimate Edition John Cena, who I have actually right here sitting next to me. I have this Ultimate Edition John Cena, which I've had for a very long time. This is actually, I think, one of the first Ultimate Editions I ever purchased, back when I was getting into collecting. And I bought this John Cena along with The Rock. These two released alongside each other, John Cena and The Rock. But it is a bit older. It has the pinned elbows, and I don't love that. So I was thinking maybe I could pop out these arms and put them on here, just to kind of update this figure, since this is ultimately a little bit better of a figure. I do like this figure a little bit more. Maybe give it a little bit more of a modern touch, a modern flair to it. I think that would help take this one a little bit further for me and make it a little bit more of a fun figure. Obviously, I'd love to have a re-release of these John Cena figures with the updated leg articulation, but I digress. For now, I think I'll take those arms off of him and apply him to that John Cena. Maybe I'll do that in the video as well, just so you guys can kind of see how it looks. I don't think it'll change too much about the figure, just it might give me a little bit more enjoyment out of the figure. Obviously, it won't change a lot, but you know. So I guess we've already talked about the look of the figure. Let's go ahead and go over articulation. Starting with the head, this is a nice thick neck, so I don't expect too much. The head goes back like so. Forward like so, wiggle side to side, rotates all the way around. That's actually not too bad. Better than I thought. Arms come up. Ooh, that is, oh my god, that is a stiff arm. Arms come up. Let me try this one. Ooh, you know what? There we go. Arms come up to about right there. Rotates all the way around like so. Swivel at the bicep. Double jointed, pinless elbows like I mentioned. Wrist goes in, wrist goes out. Wrist goes all the way around like so. Pretty good there. Pretty much what you would expect out of this type of figure. Ab crunch. Let's move these arms out of the way, of course. Going back like so. forward like so. That's not too bad. Swivels all the way around, and then if you add the legs into it, not quite 90, but pretty decent. These bigger guys don't like to bend too much, so this is about what I would expect, especially with these jorts, sculpts. These aren't the best for articulation, obviously. But that does mean his legs can kick up to about right there. That's a nice solid ab crotch kick, I'd say. He can do, my god, he can do the splits if you need him to. Nice super kick. Maybe he's fighting Shawn Michaels and he wants to kind of taunt him a little bit using the super kick. I don't know. Swivel at the thighs, upper thighs right there. Double jointed knees can come up to about right there. Not too bad. Swivel down here at the tennis shoe. I almost said T-shoe because I'm stupid. The shoe will go down if you force it. I don't want to force it too much. These seem a little weak right here in the ankle, and then they'll go up. Same situation there. It looks like I'm about to break the figure, and I don't particularly want to do that, even though I am going to reuse a lot of this for a different figure. But that is it. That is the John Cena Series 100 action figure. It is fine. It is okay. It is about what you would expect out of these John Cena Elites. Not the best, not the worst, just kind of dated. I mean, if you bought one John Cena figure, even if you bought the first John Cena figure, you have all John Cena figures. They're all pretty much the exact same sculpt. They're all pretty much the exact same articulation. These John Cena figures really have not evolved since the first one came out, and that's really a shame. It's kind of annoying to see that pattern continue for these WWE Elites. I wish they would do something. I don't know what. I'm not a toy maker. I don't know what they could do to make these figures better. But I don't know. I think they're a little wonk. I think they're a little cheap, a little kind of like, I don't know. Let's move on. Let's get to the next step of the evolution here with these figures. This Ultimate Edition, this is a nice rendition of John Cena. This is a nice upgrade compared to the Elites, but the Elites also need to evolve. It can't just be like, oh, well, let's just get the more expensive version. Like, these also have to grow alongside this new iteration of toys, you know? So, I don't know, I'm kind of rambling now, but that is kind of my my overall thoughts on the John Cena figure. I guess somewhere right here I'll put in the swap. Maybe I'll cut right here, and because I like to make things difficult on myself, I forgot to actually record the ending to this video, so now I have to record this voiceover. So hopefully everything sounds alright to you guys. I'm using a microphone I don't typically use, just because it's the easiest one to use right now. But you guys don't care about that, obviously. But yeah, that's my general thoughts on the John Cena Series 100 figure. It's an okay figure. Ultimately, I'm just disappointed in this entire wave. For being Series 100, you would think they would go all out and do something truly spectacular, and that's just not what we saw out of this line. So, as a figure, it's fine. It's a John Cena figure. If you, like I mentioned, if you have one, you essentially have them all. Of course, they do some of the more weirder ones, like the early Ruthless Aggression John Cena. That's a unique figure. They do John Cena in various attires that aren't exactly this type of John Cena, and those are great. But if you have Jorts John Cena with a t-shirt, which this one didn't even come with a t-shirt, like, come on, what are we doing here? You have them all, so it's a little bit disappointing, but it's a good figure. So let me know what you guys think of it down in the comments below. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe, all the things YouTubers ask you to do. Just do it for me as well, and I will be back with another video, hopefully very, very soon. Bye.